Five women, real lives, real talk. Welcome to Charcuterie Conversations, the Board Squad podcast, where the board is set, the beverages are poured, and we are showing up for you and for each other. Pull up a seat. You are right on time.
Welcome to Charcuterie Conversations, the Board Squad podcast. I am joined by my good friends, Delise and Anna. So today we're talking about something pretty heavy.
Yes.
And the topic is generational trauma. So we're going to get into it. But before we do, we're going to go over this yummy, I see chocolate, charcuterie board.
Yes, that chocolate. I haven't had it in a while, but it's the Tony Chocolanis.
Oh, I like
It's
that.
this,
I
these
like that.
big bars of chocolate.
Oh, I know
They're
the ones.
delicious.
I know the ones.
So this one is the milk chocolate toffee with pretzels.
We like a milk
I
chocolate.
like
It
that.
sounds crazy, but it's
It
delicious.
sounds really good.
We have some grapes to cleanse our palate.
Yum.
Prosciutto, which we love.
Love it.
We have actually 3 different types of salami. So
Okay.
there's one that is Gouda salami.
Gouda.
Yes. Yes. There's
Which one is Gouda?
Gouda is
This
closest
one?
to you.
Yes.
There's
Yes,
a
you
regular
know.
and then there's a cranberry salami.
Yum.
The cranberry
Oh,
salami
wow.
is near those phyllo dough crackers that have cranberry and pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds on
I don't even
them.
see cranberry in the
They're
meat.
so delicious. They're sweet. And then we have a nice vintage English cheddar.
Yum.
Oh, I love
And we also have a rosemary and olive cracker
cheddar.
and some
Yeah.
apricots that are dried.
Yeah.
That looks so
And the
good.
And the
Olives,
olive
those
mixture, the
too.
medley in the middle.
I do
that
see
also
the
has some
medley.
feta in it.
That
I like
looks so
it.
good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sweet
I'm
and
excited.
salty, just like our trauma.
Sweet and just
I
like our
mean,
trauma. I mean,
girl, you
let's
said a whole
go.
lot.
Let's go. So I looked up what generational trauma
Yes.
was. I went to health.com
Love it.
and they define generational trauma as trauma that extends from one generation to the next.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It begins with a group experience, a traumatic event that causes economic, cultural, family distress. And they said in response, people belonging to group, to either group or any group,
Mhm.
can develop physical or psychological symptoms.
Mhm.
Then they gave examples. And what was interesting to me was that the first example was African Americans. I was
Ens-
like,
Enslavement.
I mean, it didn't even go back to
Right.
enslavement. It was
Okay.
just talking about our day to day.
Right.
You know, it also mentioned Holocaust survivors and indigenous communities. But I mean, you know, for us
Mhm.
to be at the top of that list tells you something.
It's not surprising.
It's not
either.
surprising.
Right.
And what's interesting are the symptoms: anxiety, depression, high blood. Anna, you know,
Yes.
high blood pressure, heart disease, PTSD. All of
Yes.
those things are prevalent in the
Yes.
Black community. So, you know, as I was thinking about what we talk about with this topic, because it's so loaded, identifying the trauma came up.
Yes.
And for you guys, tell me, what in your experience, do you have experience? Can you pinpoint something that for you, I mean, I know Delise, but you know, something for you that caused that trauma, that for you, if you feel like it's not just you, it lasted from your mom and from your mom's mom or your dad's dad, and it just trickled all the way down, and now you're feeling the effect of it today.
I mean, yes,
Yes.
definitely.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. I think for me, it starts with my mom, seeing how my mom had such what I call maladaptive behaviors.
Mm.
But because I was a child, I could not accurately identify, as you mentioned, Summer.
Yes.
And it comes with identifying the pattern. So
Mhm.
my mom was constantly stressed out because, you know, we were new immigrants in this country. We were trying to survive. There was a lot of economic pressures. So failure, we grew up with this mentality, failure is not an option.
That's a big one.
And till this day, that still sticks with me.
Right.
But when I look back now as an adult, I realize that those were just maladaptive behaviors to the circumstances. So that's a big one for me, and seeing how my mom worked so hard and we could not fail. Everything had to be perfect, your grades, everything. And that pressure is just unrealistic.
Yeah, it is.
And it's because of what I saw growing up. And I really try not to do that to my kids, but sometimes we fall into it too. Like they're overscheduled. I have expectations for them, and I have to pause and realize, hey, this is not coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of comfort, because that's all I know.
Delise?
Yeah, wow. I mean, for me, it feels so layered. And as you ask that, I'm thinking like, which trauma do I share?
Right.
Like, to be honest, like,
Yeah,
there
there's so
really
many.
are so many.
Yes.
Like, I grew up in the Bronx, right? So the community, the environment, my parents did the best they could, but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
My parents, at some point, I think I was 5, they separated. So we were living in different households, different experiences.
That's another one.
There was domestic abuse in my household. There was alcoholism in my household. So these are all things that I'm seeing, right? There was food insecurity at one point in my household because, my dad wasn't in a situation where he was like prepared to be a parent. He didn't understand what that looked like, even though he had, a mother who fed everybody. He just didn't connect those dots.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, she's got to eat. Yeah, I should probably have food in the house.
House.
So, and then on my mom's side, like just growing up and witnessing her just constant, like her people pleasing was, it was over the top. It was too much. She was doing everything for everyone else and nothing for herself. And she had, it seemed to be out of love, but there also was, she developed some resentment and bitterness from it.
Yeah.
So she was dealing with that on the family side, and then all the kind of effects of what her relationship with my father bore, right? And the things that she never healed from and carried. And so she carried those things, and those things continued to grow and manifest in her relationship with me.
Yeah.
Where she like overloved me. Like everything's, oh, I love you all the time. Right. And through the words and through the actions that she thought were loving, but they weren't the things that I really needed. I needed security. I needed community. I wanted to be able to have my friends over after school, but I couldn't because she was like, don't you let anybody in my house. People don't need to know where I live.
You know what? That's a thing
And
too.
so all of that kept me from building really strong friendships. Friendships as a young girl.
Which is crazy because you have lots of friends today.
Because now I'm like, I am in control. When you talk about breaking the cycle, I am in control of my friendships. I am going to surround myself with people, and as many people as I want that nurture me and that I nurture. Like, that's the thing. And I'm also building that for my son.
Yeah. I think something you talked about really hit me when you talked about like, don't come into my house. We have that too, like this notion of being perfect. My dad, when I was growing up, he was battling Parkinson's, but I never knew because my family never talked about it. And I hate to say this, I mean, this is like, we're in a place where medical information is online, and still people in my family till this day, when they have a medical problem, they don't share it. So it's crazy. It's crazy. And that really, I'm trying to break the curse. Like when I went for my mammogram, I told my daughter I'm going for my mammogram. They had questions. I answered them. But we really have to talk to our kids and do better.
We do.
I
now,
agree.
When you were kids, do you feel like you had the floor to express discomfort?
Girl, no, we did not.
I mean, she could barely get it out. I started
I was
laughing.
Like, there was no
I was like,
talking.
should I let her finish
her
statement?
this notion of children being on
Shut
an
it
equal
down.
plane
Girl.
as parents, this is new. This is new. Like, my parents,
Children should be seen and not heard.
Exactly.
That was a thing.
Yes. The nature of things back in the day when I was growing up is your parents said one thing and then you had to fall in line. There was none of this, your feelings. It's whatever the parental units say, whoever that may be. It might not be your mom, your dad. It could be your auntie, your older cousin, your big brother, whatever they set as the tone or the precedent for that household. old, that's what you did as the child.
Listen, that is my issue with parenting today.
Right.
I think that this trauma I want it to go away it's now my trauma
Yes.
that I'm now
Mm.
presenting to my children,
Yes.
because when they are talking back, I feel
Oh,
like it
you said talking back
okay, when they acting crazy.
when they're communicating
Okay.
their needs.
Yeah.
I don't know that they always communicating their needs, but fine. See, already. I'm
Yes.
already there. I feel it. Like I cannot. It's like
Yeah.
I feel it in my bones. Like
Anxiety.
I know you're not. I know you're not talking back. I need you to be quiet. And it's all from what I've learned.
Yes.
I have a hard time moving forward and moving past that. It's like that's like what I go to first. And I was reading, and something I came across talked about reparenting ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And as we get older,
hard.
we don't like to be anything. We we
Right.
can get stubborn and set in our ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are some ways that you feel like you have had to reparent yourself to be a better parent for your children? Better wives, better friends, all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I felt like I wasn't, when I think about my son and how young he is, right? And I think about how I was parented from birth, let's say to 10.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that I had all of the examples
Yeah.
that I wanted to emulate for my
Mhm.
child. I had some,
Mhm.
right? There were experiences, like my mom and dad were both good at like these experiences, going to the park or going to the amusement park or
That's
going
good, yeah.
for picnics or bike rides. Like I had experiences, but when it comes to like the emotional part,
Yeah.
I didn't always feel that part was healthy. And so that's the part that I'm learning and relearning for Weston. And I didn't know how to do it, right? So I had to read books. I had to look at my friends. When I talk about modeling, I had to look at friends who were doing it the way I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I have a really good friend. Her name is Stephanie. You know her. I used to visit her early on in New York, and I'd watch her with her kids. And I'd be like, God,
Sco?
look at yes. I'd be like, look how she talks to her kids. Like, it's firm, but it's still with respect.
It
it's
is.
like,
It
but it's
really
with
is.
love. It was the great balance of all the things. And I was like, I didn't know
And that's
how.
why she's the child
I didn't learn
whisperer.
that. I
Yes.
learned you better get that thing off the floor.
And
You better.
that's- yeah.
I mean, that is
That's how
the
we all-
energy.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we all we got hit, right? We all got hit with the broomstick,
Girl with a shoe, with a belt
chinelo,
buckle.
I didn't
all
get
the
hit
things.
with a broom.
The chicletas.
That was strictly handed belt.
But that's the difference, Summer. Like we were raised, I was afraid of my mother.
Correct.
When it was time to come home as a teenager, I was afraid to come home if I was not on time. I would be thinking about what I'm going to say because it was just not acceptable. And that's the difference. And this is the positive. This is the silver lining. The child who talks back is not fearful. The child is comfortable.
Yes.
It's a flip.
Yes.
So it's actually a positive thing.
Yes.
Right? The child who speaks their mind, they're comfortable with their parent, right?
Yes.
Because I would dare not say
would
a
never.
word, right?
I'm a struggle with
right?
that one.
Because remember, it was my way or the highway.
Oh, all the time.
You want to live in my house?
These are my rules.
These are my rules. You
can
want to eat
leave.
my food?
This is what I'm cooking.
These
You
are
have an
things that
opinion?
are currently
You need to go get a job.
Yeah.
These are
You-
things that are
yeah.
currently coming out of my mouth.
I mean, we're all here to
mean,
grow.
Are they really, Summer?
I'm not kidding. I would be lying to
Well,
you.
I mean,
otherwise, I
But you
would
gotta
be.
keep it
That's
real
what we
because I
know.
know there's so many other boardies out
Mhm.
there who feel the same way, who are
Yeah.
like, say it again. Say something else.
I mean,
I know.
it's the I. Like
To fix
I
your
asked
face.
you to be quiet, and I meant it for
Right.
my. Sometimes though, it's for my sanity.
Right.
I feel
Yeah.
like, you hit a wall and you're like, this child say one more thing. But that is a breakdown of some other things going on.
Yes.
And it's not the child's fault that they're inquisitive, that they
Right.
they want to engage, that they're trying to express their needs. And then
Right.
sometimes we forget, like this is a child. They may not express it properly or the way an adult would express it, which has the
Right.
right tone, all the right words.
Right.
That's right.
And I forget that from time to time. I have to remind myself. Now, Delise is very good at reminding me with her goddaughter. You can thank your godmother. So do you guys
Wait,
okay, go ahead.
I wanted to ask
Uh-oh.
before and
we're all like
What we asking, Delise?
because it's hard, right? Like when they're communicating, and I know sometimes it's triggering for us.
Yes.
Right?
The
It
little
is.
one.
But have you ever just stopped and explained how you were feeling to them? Because I've done that with Weston recently, and I think it helped.
Yes.
So I want to do that more, to be like, you know what? Mommy
Yes.
is at a breaking point.
Yes.
I have a lot on my plate, a lot of
I love
responsibilities,
that.
and I love you, but I can't right now.
Yes.
I need
Yes.
a couple of hours, and then let's circle back and
A
blah,
whole
blah, blah.
day.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, that actually has been the saving grace there, because honestly, I'm very I will tell them, listen, I'm a little stressed.
Yes.
I can't. Give me a moment.
But that's how we start to break these
That's how we break.
cycles.
That's how we reparent.
We're teaching ourselves because we didn't see that. I never saw. I was under
Your mama didn't
illusion
explain
and
that she was stressed.
delusion, right? That she was stressed. But sometimes I would see her get angry, and I just knew she was in a bad mood. But she was probably tired.
Mhm.
She had come home. She was cooking. You know, when my dad died, she had to like figure out 2 little kids. She was parenting a boy. So I mean, it was a little hard. It was hard for her, but she never once pulled me aside and said, you know, I'm having a hard time. She just said, you guys need to go to school. You need to make something out of yourselves. This is how you get ahead in the world. Da, 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 da. But it's great that we're teaching our kids some level of emotional intelligence.
Yes.
That's what I love about your story. That's what that is.
And one more thing, my mother, and we're going to have to extend the time for this episode.
Yeah,
girl.
right.
So, and I think I shared this with you guys before, when you were talking about
Yeah.
how parents or elders
Mhm.
never shared that they were
Anything.
sick or suffering from
Yes.
things.
No.
So I had that, yes, with my dad and his diagnosis, right? Like I didn't know that he had prostate cancer until he was stage 4. It was crazy. And that's for another episode. But I want to talk about my mother walking around the house naked all the time. Because she was in menopause.
Oh, and she never talked
She was
about
always hot.
and she
And
never mentioned.
and you needed that information.
She never
Yeah, same
told
with my
me.
mom.
I didn't know that she was that she had early menopause until I was trying to have Weston and get pregnant. And she was like, oh, I don't think you'll be able to. And I'd be like, why? I think I was 42.
Mhm.
She's like, oh no, I went into menopause at 40. I was like, wait, what?
Wow, that's so
They
important.
like to drop those things.
Oh my
information.
goodness.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
now, you know me, I'm more open and vocal about all the things. I probably tell you guys too much about what's
I
going
mean,
on.
no, you don't tell us
Everyone's
enough.
always
All the things
oversharing their
now.
medical
I've been
information.
Listen, Anna, everyone's sharing their
All their
information with you.
Everything is on
all the
social
time.
media, but it's always, people just love to share their medical information now. I'm like, all right, we can make a Bible of like all the things.
Maybe
people
that's
have.
the thing, the overshare.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the
Okay.
okay. So teaching ourselves healthy boundaries.
Yes.
What give me like 1 to 3 things that you have taught yourself so that you have a healthy boundary so that you can break the cycle. At least of one traumatic, thing that you feel like that stuck with you that needed some work.
My mom never said no, and she always double booked herself. She was late for everything. I grew up thinking like, it doesn't matter what time she gets up. Like, we're going to be late for church. Like, we just knew we were going to be late for church because that's just how we rolled. And it was a thing and da-da-da. But now I don't double book myself. That's really important. I think some of it is self-inflicted. Yes, some of it is learned behavior, but it's also self-inflicted. When you say you're going to have lunch with so-and-so from 12 to 3, you cannot be at your child's costume fitting at 1:00. It doesn't work. You have to say no. No is a complete sentence.
That might be somebody in this room.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with I agree with setting those boundaries and saying no. I'm definitely better at it now than I used to be. But for me specifically, even like beyond saying no to like friends and organizations, what I learned in terms of breaking the cycle is saying no to family. Right. There's a lot of obligation
sometimes it's
on
hard.
the side for my mom and my dad on just like you go over and above and
beyond. Yeah.
over the top for family.
Yeah.
Yes,
You do
yes.
all the things. If it's family and they haven't asked, then you get it done. And I saw that really break my mother. And I was like, no, that will not be me. And specifically not for these people who are not reciprocating. Absolutely not. And then on my dad's side, you know, and then I love my family, but I was like, no, I'm young. I can't take over this role that you had with them. I'm the niece and nephew. I can't do that. And so that was for me, I needed to set those boundaries to be like, I love y'all with all my heart. We're blood. We're going to rock forever. But there's certain things that I just will not be taking on.
Now, one of my big ones was showing emotion and feeling. That's one of the generational things. The women in our family are not especially emotional.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen any aunt cry. I've only seen my mom cry at her mom's funeral and at my a little bit at my graduation from college.
Yeah.
And maybe, I didn't see her, but maybe at my wedding. So, but I am very emotional. I like to share my feelings. It aggravates a lot of women in the family. But for me, that was one of the things that I said to myself, I don't want to be angry or holding this in. I want to let it out.
Right.
And I want to be able to show my emotions naturally how they come.
Yes.
Because I don't want what I feel like I feel like I see the physical part, like they're sicker.
You feel it.
You feel
my
it.
gosh,
It's
it all
like
goes to
always
your stomach.
heavy.
It goes somewhere.
Even
It's
in the
energy.
conversations can skew negative, and you guys already know the battle with the negativity for me is an ongoing thing.
Yes.
So expressing emotions and showing my daughters that it's okay to express emotion, not cutting that off like, be quiet, suck it, you don't cry.
Right.
It is incredibly important, I think, to for women who experience that, for men who the men, you know, they don't get to express emotion at all. To just let that out. And I think it's a way to shut down and break that.
Yeah,
that
I
trauma.
agree. Like for me, the negative self-talk is definitely something I had to break. And I don't think I always knew it when I was coming up, and I'm surrounded by people who just talk negatively. Like it was the vibe. It was the thing. Like, oh my God, so-and-so did this. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Oh, I know this is going to happen. Oh, the sky's going to fall. Like it was always through a negative lens.
Right.
And so it really took me like surrounding myself with a group of people who really just thought positive and who were optimistic. And that really helped me to change my mindset, at least start the process.
Yeah.
And then I went to personal growth seminars and read books like Les Brown and Tony Robbins. And those things like teach you, like, because you're immersed in this world of like positivity and optimism and just like the sky's the limit. You could do whatever you think. Like manifestation is real. And I was like, wow, really? It's this little
It's
girl
so
from the
important.
Bronx. Like,
I think
can
so.
I do whatever I want?
Yeah,
Really?
it's important.
I think the 90s and the 2000s, like before social media, guys, social media, we were getting our monthly Essence magazine with all the affirmations, and you would just look into the self-help section. Someone would share their stories. We were actually reading about celebrities going through whatever they were going through, being a new mom, a new job, whatever it was. And it kind of normalized it because we didn't see it in our parents. So,
I mean, well, we will end on that. We need a part 2 because it's like we could still go. And of course, we have gone over our time because that's what we do sometimes.
Yeah.
So
but we're still breaking these cycles.
Good. It was good. We are breaking cycles. We are getting help. We're going to read all
together.
the books, all the things. So thank you for joining us for our episode on generational trauma.
Yes.
We hope that you will follow us on all our social media outlets, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.